stage. First time the yellow flag has been displayed today for an incident on track. The only other caution came out at the end of stage 1. Anthony Alfredo has damage, and he's not the only one. Parker Retzlaff as well.
Let's see what happens. It happens, I think, towards the middle of the pack here on the top side, I believe. Oh, or in the middle. Oh, wow.
24 gets hooked into the 31, who comes up and gets into Anthony Alfredo.
Alfredo, just an innocent bystander. That's just part of being in the pack. That's why you want to be in the front, right? He lost his track position, and you get back there and you get caught up in something.
He's going to come down here and hit the wall. Didn't look like he was tore up too bad until this contact.
On board with Kaz Grala, the Toyota on board.
Couldn't tell what car came up and started that. It's this one right in front of us.
Watching this 31 go around reminded me a little bit of last year's season opener at Daytona. On the last lap, when that 31 did something similar to that with Myatt Snyder driving, he did go over. I'm glad they were able to keep all four
in the middle. He's going to make the pass up Josh Berry.
Hey, wait a minute. If you're racing here, you should just go by Junior, and there's trouble again. 3 to go on the stage.
My goodness.
And a major hit for Dexter Stacy. Blaine Perkins with huge damage.
He hit the end of the wall, Joey.
Great when it kicks out like that.
Right there to be by his side and see where everything started here coming off of turn 2.
So we're going to see a spin from the middle, the 66. He's going to come down and hit the inside wall very, very hard.
And this is where the wall kicks out right there. And that shot doesn't do justice. And look at this car. Barrel rolling down the backstretch.
And that wasn't the half of it. By the way, Dexter Stacy has also climbed from his race car.
So this is Blaine Perkins. You see he's going to get hit. The car's going to catch the air, land right here on the roof, and here comes the barrel roll.
Right when you get sideways like that, it starts to bite, and then off it goes. And at this point, you hope when it's up in the air that it doesn't land on the roof.
Look at the parts and pieces just coming off that race car as it barrel rolls down the back straightaway.
It's at 6-7 times I think I saw that car go around.
Yeah, some big hits within the rolls, right? The revolutions at that speed usually isn't bad. It's the impacts when you come down back onto the racetrack. Those are the ones that hurt. He just gets tagged in the right rear, sends him up like that. And this hit,
you see the safer barrier move, Joey. Thank goodness there was something to give there, but the wall comes out on a little angle there to allow the safety crews to get out on the track, and that angle is not forgiving. As you can see, parts flying off of Blaine Perkins' cars, tires, exhaust.
And that car disintegrated while it was rolling over.
We're under red flag now as NASCAR addresses all this.
Look way in the distance as he starts to come into your picture, and then
somebody gets into his left rear
sideways. Brandon Jones.
Yeah.
I think Brandon Jones was trying to get in behind him, possibly misjudged it.
It looked like Brandon got a decent amount of damage too. I couldn't really tell, and I don't know what was there before the contact. As you see stars that have found their way.
Here's that yellow.
Sam Mayer.
Hold on, sis. Keep it rolling if you can.
He's going to get out of this fairly unscathed. Yells out with 39 to go. This will pretty much ensure the entire field can make it on. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Well, it looks like something happened to the 9. He's checking up, stacks everyone up, and then the one car maybe gets punted. 98 kind of gets the outside wall with Riley Herbst.
Couldn't tell how bad the damage was for Riley Herbst.
You wonder if a right front went down. You remember the 9 had a lot of damage on the front of his car. Maybe got on the splitter there, or
it's gone all out.
There goes one. John Hunter Nemechek out of line. Hard contact with the inside wall.
That's a big hit to the driver's side. He almost had it turned around in time to come back up.
See, it's broke the rear track bar of the car that controls the rear suspension laterally. That's why you're,
to try to get the push from his teammate. And, the cars are light there leaving the trioval there, Brad, and just the timing was off a little bit. Car's light and lost too much momentum and then went backwards. But now he's trying again.
Oh, Josh Berry spinning.
No caution yet, and there it is. Incredible save for Josh Berry. Went down on the apron, brought it back up, no contact.
To the right pretty hard.
Top tacking up.
Sam Mayer around. Crash. Sam Mayer around. Derek Kraus involved. The 8 of Josh Berry, the 7 for Justin Allgaier.
Got 3 of the junior motorsports cars right there.
Patrick Donahue calls the shots for the 48 of Parker Kligerman.
Yeah, watch the number 1 car on the outside, the blue car. He's going to get turned somehow as they go into turn 3 here.
So you have a little push down the back. Oh, he has to
stacks
lift
up for the block in front of him, and that's just kind of put Josh Berry into him.
Interesting, that was Truex sliding up. If you rewind last Saturday night, they got together at Martinsville.
Yeah, looked like racing to me.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's kind of
I would agree
what it
Joe.
was.
It's strange sometimes in racing how there's just certain cars you can't get away from.
I mean, Truex was trying to get up in front of him there. And Sam did what he had to do, right? Sam had to check up for that.
Yeah.
And by the time the chain reaction gets back to the 3rd car, that's what happens.
Saw Parker Retzlaff sneak through there. There's Greg Alding. He's already picked up the splitter at that point. To go when we come around this time. And there goes Daniel Hemrick off the bumper of Sheldon Creed. And this is the big one here at Talladega.
Oh my.
Got one upside down. Is that Daniel Hemrick on his roof?
Upside down. Upside down. Here's the replay.
Yeah, we see Daniel Hemrick out in the lead pretty far out. He goes up the hill to try to close that gap some. Comes down too late, right? Late block, and then kind of causes the big one, and everyone's right there. And there is some massive hits. A lot of cars to the outside wall.
Yeah,
and pretty much all the cars behind get caught up in this thing somehow.
I think, Joey, the closing rate was faster than Daniel could anticipate. He had just gotten too far out. And that it's a rubber band, and it snaps back as you see him flipping over the 11 car, Daniel Hemrick.
The safety, the AMR safety team rehearses this to make sure with the driver inside, you turn that vehicle back over very calmly, set it down very easily to protect the driver inside the cockpit of that race car. Sometimes the process can seem slow and you think urgency, but when you've been in communication with the driver, you want to make sure you do that as delicately as possible, keeping their safety in mind.
Yeah, you don't want the car to come slamming down.
And there's Daniel Hemrick.
He looks to be
at this replay. So you're going to see Daniel's going to come down and try to block the 2. And when he does that, just mayhem ensues here. And you're going to see a couple combo shots of wrecks, crashes. The 91 here with a massive hit up against the outside wall, Joey.
Josh Bilicki in the 91.
Takes the camera out.
Yeah, here's a view of some of these hits into the wall. There's how Hemrick gets over. The 91 takes a pretty good hit there.
Riley Herbst looked like in the 98 riding right underneath of Hemrick as he went up on the wall. Chandler Smith got heavy damage.
You see a lot of these guys on the bottom, some damage, maybe not that bad, right? They're all kind of out of control spinning, but all the big hits really happen on the outside of the wall.
Austin Hill, one of the most dominant cars of the race, he gets caught up in this as well.
He and Moffitt both with just a little bit of a spin here, but I'm like Joey, I think they're a part of that group that had minimal damage as they slid down to the inside. Not a lot of contact for those 2 drivers. There goes Bilicki. I'll say this, incredible work by all of our camera folks. had an incredibly long day today here for Cup Series qualifying, did the ARCA race, and now this extended afternoon for the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Hey, this is the worst part about super speedway racing, right? Like, if you look at the racing before this, man, it's awesome, and then this has to happen, and it just, you hate seeing cars get torn up. You hate seeing, oh my gosh, what a hit that was.
Never had a chance.
Just from being inside these things, you know how much it hurts to get in a wreck like that. Like, it's obviously does not feel good, and you don't want to see a driver ever get hurt or go through any of it. But that's what the speedway racing is, right? Everyone's race is so close and it's so awesome until it's not.
Austin Hill on board. He's sliding for a long time here.
Oh, he gets hit from behind there at the end. He's going to want to keep him too wide back there. If one of them gets single file, the run's going to be big. Jebb's way out there again.
One more big run coming to the start-finish line.
Watch that 48 in the outside lane.
Watch the 2.
Here they come, back through the tri-oval. Garrett Smithley is spinning. They're racing back to the checkers. Will the caution come out at the line? It's Jeb Burton.
You're going to see the 51 get a little help from maybe the 25. Pushes him into the 4. Just crashes all over on that last stretch there, Joey. Something happened to the 08 as well. Greg Gaulding.
Yeah, surprised. I thought some of those runs, down